Okay, this is part 2 on our recycling a barn. And obviously I've moved a little bit further along for one great reason. I didn't have this camera at that time. What I'm doing is I'm recycling some of the siding from my in-laws' barn that blew down, and I'm building a smaller structure that fits more with my needs. Let me show you. Ladder. Here are the doors I'm using here. They work like bifold doors on a closet. The structure is about $4,000. It's 16 feet by 20. Much of the extra cost comes in some of the extra exterior things that make it look a little fancier. Okay, so if you get a closer look at this siding, you can see the texture where it was worn by the weather, and then I painted it over. And here is the battens. The question is, how good is this as siding? Well, it's great because it does keep out the weather, and it allows for expansion and contraction. Let me show you a little bit more what I'm talking about. You see these battens here? They hold the siding in place. The siding itself is just attached in the middle of each board so the boards can expand and contract. And these battens just kind of hold it in on the side to keep it in. These are the boards I took off the barn, and now I'm going to finish preparing them for attaching to the wall. They've already had most of the paint washed off. They've already had the edges trimmed. The original structure had a little bit of rot on the edges of the board, so I trimmed those uniformly so they're all 11 inches wide. Now I'll put the tapers at the top and at the bottom so it will shed moisture. Here's an example of what I'm going to accomplish. You see how I've primed the outside to accept the paint, and I've also cut a bevel on the top and on the bottom, so when I put this on the side of the shed, if water gets in, it'll flow down and to the outside of the structure. Okay, so here's the siding. I had it covered with Tyvek to keep out the weather. Here is what's adding extra expense to it, and that is this brickwork. I wanted it to look nice. This is artificial, but it looks pretty good from a distance. Fairly expensive. That added a lot to the cost, but it does make it look very nice. Taper the There we go. All right. Okay, so here is the board I'm talking about. I'm cutting them to fit, and one of the things I have to do is cut a notch so it fits up inside these rafters here. Attach them like so. I've pre-measured them, so now all I have to do is cut about 20 of these to this length first, and as I move my way down the wall, I'll give myself about a ½ an inch between the boards, leave room for the battens and expansion and contraction of the siding, and I'll work my way down to the other end.